With the 8th pick in the 2025 CFL draft, the Calgary Stampeders select Christopher Fortin, offensive lineman, Connecticut. Hamilton, you are now on the clock.
Fortin didn't necessarily become a full-time starter until his senior season, but still graded out very well in that 1 year at Connecticut, Dwayne.
Yeah, and this is a guy who I think on most people's boards, if Tiger Shanks was the #1 offensive lineman, this was #2, as guys we anticipated seeing in the first round of this draft. And a great pick, I think, for the Calgary Stampeders, who we talked about them having needs to fill. And I look at their offseason, a little bit of the free agency often becomes a game of musical chairs. Yeah. Right? And in terms of the interior offensive linemen, Calgary loses a terrific one in the offseason in Sean McEwen. They were kind of the team that didn't get one back in free agency. And so to get one early in the draft and a guy who projects as being ready to play relatively early in his Canadian Football League career, I think makes this a terrific fit for the Stampeders.
And off the top of this draft, I said, I wonder whether or not there's a real run on offensive linemen, because we had Tiger Shanks somewhere mixed in with Christopher Fortin. We thought, hey, probably first-round talents, but which one will go where and when and how quickly? And when the first one comes off, how quickly does the second go? Maybe the last couple of picks you could have taken somebody like Christopher Fortin, but I think this is a pretty good fit because there were other team needs for the teams that picked in between Shanks alongside Fortin here. The 34-inch arms, 12 pressures, as you saw, 3 quarterback hits and no sacks. Calgary was one of 4 CFL teams that were at his pro day at UConn. Not a full-time starter until his final year, but plenty of growth still possible. And then I guess the question I have is, has he already hit his athletic peak? Because he doesn't have these crazy athletic traits, but he just seems to get to the second level and slide and make great blocks.
Yeah, well, the first thing, he doesn't have to change position. He's going to play as an interior player. That's what I like about him. This guy moves his feet, and he moves people. This guy does a really good job of getting underneath people and running them. They run a lot of outside zone at UConn. Like, I was impressed with him on tape. He understands zone blocking, and there's so much zone blocking up in the Canadian Football League. He understands how to help his tackle, how to help his center when he needs to. That's an important key for him. Now, the biggest thing for him, I call this guy a salary cap fixer. Why? Because you're going to take this guy right now and you're going to say, hey, listen, all right, in 1 year, we're replacing a high-priced offensive lineman, and we're going to play this guy. I think he's one of few O-linemen that can, in 2 years, step into a starting role, and you can release maybe a veteran older guy, right? Sorry, Calgary, veteran older guys. I didn't mean for any of you guys to get cut here, but, you know, the only question is, you know, UConn didn't do a lot of pass protection. So, like, it was a lot of run-pass option. We got to see if he can be a good pass protector. That was my one concern. But this is a really good pick. He's going to be a good run blocker in our league.